So earlier this week, I did a video on the problem with Android 17's power, and I kind of talked about, my issues with it and why I didn't like why 17 was a lot stronger, and I felt like it didn't really make a whole lot of sense for him being somewhere around Super Saiyan Blue Goku level, and we're going to expand upon that and go a little bit deeper, and yes, some people would say overanalyze things, but it's, a power level type video, so what do you expect? And joining me today, I have two special guests. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hey guys, it's Mike here from Laughing Stock Media. How's it going?
What's up guys, MJ here. Thanks for having me back on the channel.
And both, no problem. And the links to their channels will be down below. Check them out. But guys, I think we all agree there's quite a few problems with this, and there are definitely things that I failed to mention and I guess expand upon in my original video. It was like a 5-minute video, so we can kind of go a little bit more in depth here. What are your guys' honest thoughts about this whole power-up? And I just want to first start off by saying that a lot of people are saying that Goku was holding back against 17, which is true. But if you also look at that same exact scene, Goku says, "Aren't you too?" And 17's not even breaking a sweat competing with Super Saiyan Blue Goku, so he's definitely in that Super Saiyan Blue realm. Don't you guys agree? I mean, I don't understand how people would leave out that little detail. They just say Goku's holding back, but they don't say anything about 17 when it's kind of clear cut.
I think a lot of people are really bringing it down to their own personal headcanons and then trying to say that that's absolute fact when really, a lot of it is not implied. So a big one I've seen recently would be that Goku turned into a Super Saiyan Blue so that he could basically be weaker than Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3 because Super Saiyan Blue has greater ki control, so he can hold back even better in that form than he could in all of his previous forms, which is they never have ever said that in the entire show, that Goku could somehow use his Super Saiyan Blue and then just be like, yeah, I'm gonna make it weaker than all my previous forms because it's way easier to be weaker in these forms. And additionally, why the hell would this Goku character we've seen training for all these decades in the history of the show suddenly not know how to control his ki in any form other than Super Saiyan Blue? We've seen him hold back as a Super Saiyan in just the third arc of this show. We've seen him hold back in his base form. So, if he was stronger than all these people in his base, or his Super Saiyan, he would have just used those forms, and I feel like people are just massively
really
overblowing
reaching for stuff.
Yeah, they're really overblowing the whole "you were holding back Goku," and then they're saying, "Oh, Goku is at 1% of his power, and 17 was using 99%."
There's no evidence for that, right?
Come on,
so it's just Goku was holding back, 17 was holding back. That's all there is to it.
I think the line is that, to be honest, I didn't even intend to. I think people really overlooked that line because 17 was really, 17 was really rocking Goku, and Goku chose to skip past Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3. And I've actually seen people bringing up that old Akira Toriyama interview where, that one from back in 2013, 2014, where he was wanting to just kind of give up those forms when we've seen those forms multiple times in Super. I mean, we saw multiple times in the Future Trunks arc, which is the most recent I guess a major arc from Toei and Toriyama, so I don't get the point of that either. I just feel like he would have used Super Saiyan 2 or 3 if he really needed to, but I think he just saw how strong 17 was, and so he just chose to go to Blue, you know what I mean? He just said, oh shit, this guy is really rocking me, I'm gonna need to go to Blue and just go from there. We know he was holding back in Blue, he literally stated that, but the fact of the matter is he chose to go to that form over his other transformations.
So I mean, we can all agree, and hopefully the people watching it at this point, 17 is somewhere in the realm of Super Saiyan Blue Goku. In that area. We just don't know where to pinpoint because they both weren't going all out.
Well, I feel like one of the big things we also need to take in consideration when we're saying that 17 is around the realm of Super Saiyan Blue is we have to consider Goku's level of power as a Super Saiyan Blue right now compared to, say, when he first transformed into one around Resurrection F. Goku is way more powerful now in the Universe Survival arc than he was in Resurrection F, to the point where he seemingly is able to combat Hit who was able to fight him as a ×10 Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue in the Universe 6 tournament arc. So when you take that into account, that means that Goku is many times stronger than when he fought Golden Frieza, and then 17 is still forcing him to turn into this transformation, giving him such a run for his money. So either we're supposed to believe that Goku isn't that much stronger and 17 caught up, or 17 got that much stronger to where he could even push Goku remotely in this form, because if 17 is equal to like 10% of Goku, and we say 10% of Goku was, say, Goku as a Super Saiyan Blue during the Universe 6 tournament, then he would still be Super Saiyan Blue level, which is insane.
Yeah.
Right. And one thing I did want to mention, and I feel like I should bring up because I did miss it in my last video because I had that big absence on YouTube. I wasn't really on the internet a lot to look at stuff, so this is my bad. I don't know how much it really changed because I think the interviews worded a little bit weird, but I want to talk about this with you guys too. Frieza obviously training, we're going to bounce onto that in a second, but I brought up, you know, I felt like Frieza's training kind of made sense to get that strong, and I, you know, I didn't mention, you know, obviously Frieza got a new transformation, so Frieza went from, you know, 120 million to whatever sectillion power level he was at, but he got golden form as well, so it's a whole nother transformation. He trained for 4 months. And in the movie, he talks about he's going to train in earnest, so that means he's going to be doing it very seriously, right, for 4 months.
Yeah.
And it is a bit of a stretch, but I still feel like it makes more sense in 17, and I want to talk about that in a second. But what I forgot to mention in my last video, I can't say forgot, I missed it completely. There is an interview. This interview comes from the Animedia magazine, where the Dragon Ball Super producer was interviewed, and he talks about a little bit about Toriyama's thoughts on 17 and some of the stuff he heard from him, and I'll put it up on screen. It says 17 didn't have many fights in the original story, nor in the anime up until now. Apparently, Akira Toriyama didn't have the opportunity to display his strength, but he is also giving his approval, saying 17 has great potential. Someone commented that in my last video, and I apologize, I did not add that. I would say somewhat important information, I guess. It's not very clear-cut what the whole 17 has great potential mean. Does that mean his power? Does that mean he has great potential as a story-based character? Yeah. I don't know what that means. I'm not trying to say it to be like, oh, you know, cover my ass or anything. I'm literally saying it's not clear-cut. But I felt like I should add that information. But, you know, you guys can take that here. But real quick, what do you feel the Frieza training compared to what 17 has done? Because what could 17 have possibly done in like 10 or so years of training when he has a family, he has a job, watching this, you know, watching over this island constantly? He makes it seem like he can never leave it. When the hell does he have time to train? What could he be training? He doesn't have a training partner. There's no information on that. He's not going to like a gravity chamber or anything. So what could 17 really be doing? Frieza, you know, MJ, we talked about this the other day. Who knows what kind of planets Frieza can go to? What kind of gravity, you know, where they could have gone. And in Dragon Ball Super, he has a punching bag, Tagoma. So, you know, what do you guys think of the Frieza training compared to this? Do you think Frieza is more plausible? Because I feel like 17 does not make a lot of sense to be this strong. That's my bottom line.
It kind of shits on the other, I guess, characters training, in my opinion, because we kind of see like Piccolo, we see the Whis stuff, and not just Whis, but we see like Piccolo and Ten Shinhan. They train 24/7, you know what I mean? They do their thing, and 17 just over here doing his thing on an island, dude. It's like, I get it. I guess supposedly he has potential. I guess maybe even more so than 18, supposedly, to that interview for some reason, you know. For some reason, like, he's been singled out against the other androids, you know. For some reason, he is this guy who has some absurd potential and he can grow stronger. For whatever reason, if that's the way we're gonna interpret that interview, okay, that's fine, but damn. It's crazy because he's on an island. I don't know what else to say.
What people are going to say we're reaching and we're looking into it too much, which we kind of have to. Like, what are we supposed to make of this, right? It doesn't make sense.
With Frieza, like we talked off air with Frieza, even though Frieza didn't have like a gravity chamber, you got to remember Frieza does have technology that is, I don't want to use the word light years, but it is ahead of what we have on Earth. So we don't know what they could have built within a week or so, or within a month. We don't know what they could have already had at their disposal. We don't know what they could have had under their belt. Not only that, but we already know planets exist with more gravity than Earth. It's not just planets that exist outside of the universe realm, like, you know, the Kaioshin realm and like the Kaiosama planet. Planet Vegeta, you know, exists within the mortal realm, and that has 10 times gravity. Frieza could know of a planet that has like 1,000 times gravity or even more, and he went to that planet, and that's where him and Tagoma went, and they trained on that planet for so many months, you know, for the 4 months. We just don't know what he did. There's so much that they could have did.
And the dialogue to me really says that he went and trained for 4 months seriously. Like, he went hard on his training, honestly.
Yeah.
And I still, you know, I didn't really bring it up a lot in the original video, but I do think that the Frieza stuff is stretched a little bit. You know, I think there could have been a couple more months added on. I don't think it needed to be
definitely
4 months, but, you know, obviously keep in mind, he also unlocks a new form that enhances power so drastically. So that's just something with Frieza's physiology, I guess you could say. You know, we are using headcanon here, but that's a lot of times what you gotta do with Dragon Ball. And I don't know if you want to add anything, Mike, but with 17, he is obviously, you know, stronger than Frieza was originally. You know, let's say Frieza's 120 million, and Android 17, when he was introduced, is 350 to 400 million, ballpark, who knows. Yes, obviously he's going to be stronger, and 17 probably never trained. You know, they were regular kids before they were taken away and converted into these Jinzo Negans. Yes, they're cyborgs. I got one guy commenting and saying, yeah, I don't want to go into it. But they're cyborgs, but, you know, artificial humans. So they can get stronger, I would think, but obviously they can. They show it right here. But I just don't see that big of a boost coming, especially with, like, a lack of training opportunity. Even though it is the big thing that people go on is that it's 10 years, and I can definitely see where they're coming from. Mike, what do you think of, like, just the whole comparison here, I guess?
Well, yeah, when it comes to it, 17 and 18, we could believe, you know, we could buy that through Dr. Jerome modifying them down to like a cellular level, as they kind of explained in Super when they described the cyborgs to Beerus in Whis, where they said, oh, they were normal humans, but they've been modified on a cellular level. So we could buy it that they have like enhanced potential now. You know, their ki has become so irregular that now it can explode in terms of its strength. But even buying that, the fact is, what is he going to do on Earth with Earth-like gravity for 10 years? And even then,
by himself.
We don't know if it... and even then, we don't know it's been 10 years of him strictly training because, you know, look at the Buu Saga. That was 7 years after the Cell Saga, okay? So what was 17 doing for those 7 years? And if he's been trained this hard and now he's like Super Saiyan Blue level, shouldn't he have been at least like Super Saiyan 3 Goku level at that point? Why didn't 17 just go and kill Buu? You know, like when he saw all these things dropping out of the sky, killing everyone around him, why didn't he just fly to the source and beat the crap out of Super Buu and just be like, oh yeah, I've been training off screen, you know? Like,
the interview says Toriyama didn't have an opportunity to display his strength, but let's be real, he forgot about him. He forgot about him until the next time he was used.
Yeah, the only time I feel like he remembered him right when he like copied over Launch and replaced him with Android 17, you know, and he's like, oh, I haven't heard that voice in a long time, because that was originally supposed to be Launch in the manga, and he changed it to 17 and nobody knows why, and then both of them show up in the anime, but like, why didn't, like, did 17 die when Kid Buu blew up the Earth? And if so, you know, like, how did he die from that? You know, like, there's so many questions that arise.
Well, he just forgot he didn't use them. But, I mean, it sounds like we're being super negative about that, which, I mean, it's not a situation that I feel like really just, bottom line, does not make a lot of sense. And, you know, I want to, I guess, if we're going to end it anywhere, I mean, I think we should end it off on this whole tournament's kind of what's been being drilled into our brains is that it's not all about power. And they're showing how, you know, Krillin's got these, you know, he can use Solar Flare times 100. He's got these cool techniques to give him the advantage. And with Android 17, 18, I feel like one of the cool things that could happen, and it might still happen, is that they would be like the best tag team partners. Or Mike or MJ, I can't remember which one said it. You guys were talking about the barrier field that he could use. That could be 17's like indestructible defense.
Yeah.
But making him stronger doesn't make him unique to me. That's just like, oh, we got another Goku or Vegeta powered character here, and you know, it is about power in that situation, right? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But again, I just don't see the whole 10 years giving him this strength. I just don't imagine the training, and I keep saying that, but it really doesn't make any sense. This video is all over the place, but hopefully the guys that have been watching it do enjoy it. Anyone want to leave any final thoughts, guys? I think we did cover just about anything. I think we went pretty in depth here.
I guess we could just say this. I mean, I know we've been kind of negative in this video, but I guess one positive thing is that I think for the while now, one of the biggest concerns from this fan base has been that we've kind of just wanted other people to be up there with Goku and Vegeta, and it seems like I guess we finally got it.
Well, people are commenting that on my videos, being like, you guys always wanted them to be the same level as Goku and Vegeta, and now you're complaining. It's like, I've never said that. Don't. They put you into a group of people and they say everyone's thought this. I've never thought that, because it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, the thing that really annoys me is people always boil it down to like the most black and white way of looking at it. It's like, oh, you wanted this, now you have it, but it's execution. It's how like people do it. Yeah, we wanted characters to be stronger so that they can actually compete, so that they can actually do something, maybe technique wise, maybe power wise, but nobody, you know, the way that they're doing it, where they're basically just showing up, Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue and fights these characters, and they're all like way stronger than they ever were before, even though they could have done this in the past 2 series and made much bigger impacts. You know, like, that's the problem. It's not that, oh, these characters are now kind of able to be on par. It's, oh, now they're just randomly on par, and there's no real good explanation other than, oh, I have potential, I trained off screen, and, you know, 17 fighting Super Saiyan Blue, that's unnecessary, as Josh has said. All we really need was him to have some awesome techniques and stamina, because no matter how powerful you are, unless you're like a character with infinite energy like the androids, you're gonna run low at some point. And when you're going all out, you know, that's the perfect opportunity for 17 and 18 to just shove you over the side, and there's nothing you could really do at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. MJ, you got any final thoughts?
I'm just going to be looking forward to Hit versus 17 now.
Oh, I don't even know if I want to imagine what that's going to look like.
Hit will just be like, oh, I can't improve to your level, 17. You're clearly way stronger than anyone I've ever fought before.
But I guess this is the point where we leave it to you guys watching the video to comment your thoughts. I'm sure there's going to be negativity, but, you know, we all have opinions here. We gave ours, and we gave our explanation to why we thought these things. If you have counters to those, please comment them down below, and don't just say you guys are wrong and stupid and you're bad and you should kill yourself or something. Give me an explanation. And we are looking into it a lot, but you know, we like to do that with the series. We like to overanalyze things, but I think here it's fair to do so. I think it's a very it's an okay situation to do that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to Mike and MJ. Their channels are down below. Definitely something you should do. But other than that, give me your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys later.